Hey everybody, it's George again. Welcome back to the channel. I was asked to do this video. I was not going to do any gun videos right now, but a friend of mine has one and she doesn't know how to clean it. And she wanted me to do a video of, what to do to clean one. Okay, she has a Mossberg something. It's the same as this Mossberg 500, same way you clean it. So I'm going to clean mine, let her see how I do it, and I hope that YouTube don't get mad and, kick my video off. If they do, it's okay. But we're going to be real safe, be real safe with the gun and stuff. And if you have any other guns that you'd like to see clean, if I can get one or if I happen to have one, I'll be happy to show you how to clean it and take care of it. First thing we want to do is I'm going to remove this. Well, let's make sure it's empty. Right here beside the trigger guard, there's a little button. Mash it and pull the pump piece down. Okay? There's no shells in this gun. I can see up in the barrel and I can see up in the slide where the loader goes that there is no shells in this gun. And I will leave it open like that for a while. Now, I keep a sling on mine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the sling and get it out of the way so we don't get it nasty. And where you're dealing with oils and cleaners and stuff, be sure you put down a old towel. I've got an old towel here. And I just don't want nothing getting on the coffee table and messing it up. But these little things here kind of screw out. And then you mash them in, and it releases the sling to where you can remove it from the gun. Well, there it went. Okay, I'm just going to lay this over here on the couch beside the gun. This is a little gun cleaning kit. It's actually a tackle box. Over the years, I've collected so much stuff that a tackle box holds it. Now, this is a little shell holder that goes on the side of the shotgun. I'm going to take it off. It just holds extra shells. And I want to be able to clean the wood underneath it so it doesn't get nasty. And if it gets real dusty, it will start scratching the wood. I try to make it a habit of at least every 2 or 3 months taking my guns out. Doesn't matter if I've shot them, if I've used them or what. And just give them a good cleaning, and that way they look like new. This gun here I got several years ago from Walmart. They had them on sale for, I believe it was $129 or something. And I bought it, and it's a good little gun. It's wasn't very expensive, but I've took real good care of it. And it's got a blemish right here from the factory. It's got like a little place in it, which it doesn't bother me at all, and you can barely feel it. But I think that's why they had it on sale. Okay, the first thing I want to do is right here on the place where your shells goes in, there's a nut there. We want to take, and it's usually hard to get a hold to. Boy, that one there's tight. Okay, hold on just a second. Let me grab something, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I went and got a pair of slip joint pliers. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this gun down facing straight up away from me. Even though I know it's empty, we still want to be safe. I got an old shop towel here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap it around this nut so I don't scar it when I break it loose with the pliers. There it went. And see, that way you're not tearing the bluing up and you're not making the gun rust by scarring up these little threads. Now I'm going to take this off. And once you get to a certain point, the barrel should just lift right off the gun. Okay, now I'm not going to remove the pump on this, the pump thing. I can clean the gun pretty thoroughly without doing that. So what we're going to do is lay these over here. Okay, this is just an oil. If your gun don't have no rust or nothing, you know, you shouldn't have to get into no hard cleaning. If it does, just taking a rag and wipe it with the oil until you can't see the rust, and that'll remove it. Now I'm looking down the barrel to see how dirty it is inside the barrel. Okay, but don't do it with it on the gun. Take it off the gun. Okay. Right here is a little old gun cleaning rod. I think I got it for Christmas one year or something. I'm going to put it together. And I have let me see. I don't see the piece that goes to this. But I have these. They're just a little old cotton swab that comes in most gun cleaning kits. I'm going to put a little oil on it. Not a lot, just a little bit. Do it in 2 or 3 places. Okay. Since I don't seem to see the piece that goes to it, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to insert it in the shell side of the gun where the shell would go. Give it a push in with my finger. Then I'm going to take the rod and continuously push it on through the barrel. Until it comes out. Okay. I'm going to look down the barrel again to see how clean it is. And I don't know if you can see, that barrel is as clean as it could be. And it's got a nice film of oil on it. And that's what you want. Okay. I'm going to take this little shop rag and I'm going to put some oil on it. Now, not everybody does this the way I do it, but this is just the way I do it. Now, I reach in to right here in this groove, and I like to rub a little oil in there. And then back in here where the action is, I want to take the rag, and I just get it on my pinky finger with oil, and I reach in here and just rub everything down that I can rub. Shut the action up and rub the bottom. Right here where this little thing slides, give it a good scrubbing. Just give it a good wiping. Okay. Now, I'm going to take and put a drop or two of oil anywhere that has action to it. And I'll show you the main points you want to hit here just in a second. Let me get them oiled. Okay. Right here, the slide where it kicks your shells out, I just put 2 drops of oil on it. And then I put a drop of oil here on each side of this. There's like a little rail that runs from your pump action back. I take and put a drop of oil on it, so as you slide it, it oils that track. Okay. I done it over here also. right here on the round part behind your pump action, I like to take my finger and just wipe this oil all over this to make sure that it's nice and oiled. Okay, then again, we'll mash this button beside the trigger guard that releases the pump, and we'll work it a time or two to let the oil kind of spread itself out as it needs to. Okay, right here, I'm just wiping it on these moving parts, and I'm going to reach in here and wipe all this with my finger because I just feel it better with my finger, and I'll put a drop or two of oil on my finger. Now, my hands are clean. I cleaned my hands, washed my hands thoroughly before I started working on this gun because the salt and oil from your skin will actually rust your gun. So you really want to have clean hands. Now, when you turn this gun upside down and look down in here, right in the middle of that, there's a little track you can see that's getting a little bit of rubbing. Put 1 drop of oil on it. Okay, you do not want to over oil a gun because it will cause it to start collecting the gunpowder. And again, we're just going to work it and let that oil get rubbed around in it. Okay. Now, I could take all this action out, but there's no need to it on a general cleaning. Take your rag and wipe off any excess oil you see. Because you don't want your gun real oily and see, you will make it, the oil will kind of rub and put a light coat over the entire gun. Now, I'll work the action back again, and up here on the front of it, I'm going to put a drop or two of oil, rub it in, just rub it around. It gets kind of a thin coat everywhere. And then I'm going to work the action a time or two again. And then I'm going to wipe off the excess oil. And be sure you wipe the whole gun down, and it's on safety, even though you know there's no bullet in it because I have it apart. I still have it on safety. Okay, now I like to take and wipe all the wood down with just a little thin coat of oil just to protect it because, like I said, your hands and stuff is the worst thing for a gun. And if you ever carry a gun by the barrel, you're ruining it because it will absolutely pull the blood off of it. And if you get a good gun, a nice gun, if you'll just clean it every now and again, take care of it, for years and years and years and years, it'll look like a new gun. It should always look like a new gun if you take care of it. Okay, now I'm going to take the barrel. I know it's got a thin coat of oil on the inside. I'm just going to put about 3 drops of oil down the length of the barrel. I'm going to take my finger and just smear the oil over the whole outside of this barrel. And the reason I'm doing it with my finger is I can feel, if where it's oily and where it's not with my finger. Now, I'm going to take the rag and wipe off the excess oil. I want to leave a little film, but not too much. Okay, then right here, where the little bolt is that holds your gun together, give it a good wiping. And now this one has the rail on it. I'll take and get on the top of the rail oil and the sides and wipe it down. Now, if you see anything inside these little holes in the rail, you'll want to get a Q-tip or something and get it out. And that way it don't lay there and, get moisture or whatever. But we've wiped the whole gun down with oil. It's clean. And right now, there's no reason that I would break it apart and clean it. I haven't shot this gun in months. It's just, this is my squirrel, my turkey gun. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put the barrel back on. You'll have to work it just a little bit to get it to go. You may even have to pull the slide back. And once the barrel comes back into place, just tighten your nut back up. Just get it finger tight. I don't know why mine was that tight before. And once again, where you've touched it, wipe it down again to remove any fingerprints or oils that come off your skin onto the gun. Okay? Continue on down. Wipe everything inside the trigger with the pump action down. See, I've got the pump action down. I know there's no shell in it. I'll reach in the trigger guard here, and clean the front of the trigger and the back side. But be sure before you do anything that gun is empty. You do not want to do this and find out that gun's loaded, because if you touch this trigger and it loaded, it will go off, and that's not a good day. Okay, continue wipe. I'm just going to hold it by the wood. The forearm up here is I wipe down the butt. And I like to make sure there's no dirt, mud, or anything like that on the gun while I'm doing it. Okay. The gun is perfectly clean. My hands won't hurt the wood, so I'm going to hold it by the wood. I got it clean. It's real nice and shiny. I'm not going to reload it, but I am going to put the, I like these little shell carriers on them because it helps carry a few extra shells. So I'm going to put it back on the gun. The easiest way to do it, once again, leave the pump back. There's no shells in it. Start from the barrel end. Slide this down the gun until it gets down here on your stock where you want it. Now, this one has two little straps, and I let the little nodule for the stock keep it in place. And you want to put a little oil on, under this to protect the wood against it if it moves or whatever in the woods. Okay, now, the only thing I do to my sling is where all this little screw and stuff is, I will put just a drop of oil right in there, and then I'll work it back and forth to make sure that, and I'll rub a little bit on it without getting it all over the leather. Do the same on the other side. Put just a drop of oil. That's all you really need. Turn this little screw in and out, and you'll feel it get a lot easier to turn. Okay, then just on the metal part, rub a little oil on it. Your hand should be oily, so that's a plenty. Okay, then the rag has just the slightest little bit of oil, and if it don't hit oil, I'm okay with that too. But I like to wipe the strap down, the carry strap down, just to make sure there's no dirt, debris, or anything like that on it. And then I will put it back on the gun. Okay. Then I will put it on the front. Now see right here, my hand's touching the metal. I realize that. So once again, I will take and wipe the gun down completely. Get it as clean as possible. Now this is just a general maintenance cleaning. This is not a, if you're having problems like it ain't, like it's jamming or it's not maybe kicking shells out or something, do not try to fix that yourself. Take it to a gunsmith. They're not that expensive for what service they give you. And I ain't never seen where there wasn't a gunsmith in the area. But right there it is. It's clean and ready to go back into the gun safe. Please be careful with guns. I am pro-gun as I can be, but this is a tool. It's not a toy. And it's just like a hammer, a knife, or anything else. If handled correctly, it's just as safe as anything else. You can't blame weapons, a gun or anything, for the action of others. Okay, if I teach my dog to bite people and it goes out and bites people, you say, oh, that's his fault. Okay, if I take my car and run over people, you don't blame the car. Okay, I understand that guns are dangerous, but it's a tool, just like anything else. Okay, I know they've been used for bad things, and they even in war they're used for bad things. But if they're used correctly, I harvest meat with this. I feed myself. When I was married and had children, I fed my family with this. So it's a tool. But I want to say thank you for coming. I hope this helps somebody. I've got a couple other guns that I may do videos on if y'all want to see them clean and how I do it. If you've got a gun that you need to know how to clean it, let me know. I'll see what it is and, try to see if I can find one or borrow one and, take it apart and clean it for you and show you how it's done. But I was asked to do a pump shotgun, and hers is made just like this. Hers is a 835, I think, Mossberg. It shoots the 3.5-inch magnums and stuff like that. But she wanted to see how to clean it, and if she watches this video and still wants me to come up there and help her with it, I will come up there and clean it for you. Just maybe a minute before I get up your way. But when I come by, I'll stop and clean it, and any other guns you need cleaned, and do that for you. But I want to say thank you for everybody for sitting around watching me do this. Hope y'all have a great day. I hope you have a blessed day. I hope that this doesn't offend nobody. I just wanted to make sure that people know how to properly clean their shotgun, and that way it'll last for years. This gun's probably, I'm going to say this gun's 15-year-old, and it still looks like a brand new gun. But that's just proper maintenance on it and taking care of it. I don't, if I got out in the rain, I bring it home and clean it. But y'all have a good day. Have a blessed day, and be good to each other. And thank you again for coming to watch the video.